Trump's tariff crackdown on India seems to have started backfiring already. Not only has India not cracked under pressure, it is also pushing India towards making deals with more diverse partners. In fact, it also seems to be leading to a thaw in ties between India and China, something the US isn't going to like. That's right, India may soon crack open the gates to the Chinese capital once again. Ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's crucial visit to China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit later this month, New Delhi is weighing easier rules for Chinese investments in select sectors. The move comes at a delicate moment. Relations between India and China have been strained since the deadly Galwan Valley clashes in 2020, after which India tightened restrictions on Chinese firms. But trade never really stopped. Imports from China jumped from about $95 billion in FY22 to over $113 billion in FY25. And yet, while India buys more and more from China, its exports in the same period fell sharply, from over $21 billion to just $14 billion. That's a widening trade deficit New Delhi cannot ignore. So what's on the table now? Officials say the government is considering a plan to relax investment restrictions in non-sensitive areas. Think consumer goods, renewable energy, and parts of manufacturing. But crucially, sensitive sectors like telecom, defense, and digital infrastructure will stay off limits. The rules will not return to automatic approval. Instead, Chinese firms will still need government clearance, but the process may be simplified and faster. This at a time when on one side, Trump has slapped the highest ever tariffs on India, 50% on a range of goods, including a penalty for buying Russian oil. On the other, India's foreign direct investment inflows, while rising 14% in FY25 to about $81 billion, remain below their peak in 2022. To hit its target of $100 billion in FDI by FY26, India needs fresh inflows. And experts say Chinese investments, if carefully managed, could help plug the gap. It's not just about money. China continues to dominate global supply chains in areas India needs, from rare earth magnets to tunnel boring machines for mega infra projects. In recent years, Beijing has even squeezed India by slowing supplies and pulling out skilled technicians from joint operations. This is why political optics remain tricky. Prime Minister Modi hasn't visited China since 2019. His last trip came before Galwan, before COVID, and before ties froze. This SCO summit in Tianjin, from August 31st to September 1st, will be his first time back on Chinese soil in 7 years. In the run-up, Beijing is already testing the waters. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi is in Delhi this week for talks with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. The agenda: confidence-building measures and ways to de-escalate tensions along the boundary. Meanwhile, New Delhi has also begun warming up ties in other symbolic ways. For the first time in 5 years, India has resumed issuing tourist visas to Chinese nationals. Direct flights between Delhi and Beijing are also set to restart from next month, restoring a link snapped since the pandemic. All this reflects a simple reality. While security concerns remain, India cannot wall itself off from the world's second largest economy, especially not at a time when tariff wars, slowing FDI, and global supply chain crises are threatening its own growth story. As India pushes its ambition of becoming a developed nation by 2047, it needs both resilient supply chains and new capital. But can it achieve this without once again getting too dependent on its biggest rival? That's the question this upcoming China visit may begin to answer.